Hello and welcome to the Inbox Collector. I am Alex, the Inbox Collector, and yes, it's been a while since I made a video. Fortunately, things get in the way. If you live in the UK, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about with the rise of cost of living. So I have had to work so much in order to negate some of the effects of that. I've had to sort of get on with that, and then I've got 2 young children, and so as this is a hobby, I'm unfortunately only able to make maybe 1 video a month, 2 at most, and sort of streamline it down because it is a hobby. But today I have some fantastic action figures. Of course, back in the 90s, Toybiz had the license to make all of the X-Men, Spider-Man and everything else, but in this particular instance they gave the license, or allowed, another company known as Lanzay, which is a French toy company, still going today, founded in 1972, still going today, to make some Symbiote action figures, which I believe were only released in France and maybe parts of Europe, certainly not released over here in the UK. So whenever we see them for sale, it'll always say imported from France, and all the writing is in French, so I've had to spend a lot of time sort of trying to translate what each one says on the box so we can get that information to you guys as well. So with all that said, let's jump into this review and look at some cool symbiotes from the Venom series. Okay, starting off with Venom. This is Anna Weying. They don't allude to that on the packaging anywhere, but that is who I know as Eddie Brock's ex-wife, who they're talking about here. Venom, if you like. Her first appearance was in the Amazing Spider-Man issue 375 as Anna Weying. Sinner Takes All issue 2 was her cameo as Venom, and Sinner Takes All 3 is her faux appearance. Now, this is an interesting set of series of figures because although on the packaging we've got Toybiz down here, we've also got Lanzay, which are a French company, and that French company is still making action figures to this day, which is really interesting. And my suspicion is that Toybiz, who had the license, allowed Lanzay to make the figures that you're seeing now. I've never found any with English writing on. They all seem to be in French. So, and whenever someone's selling them, then they basically say that these are imports. Let's take a look at this one here. It's slightly, as you can see, the packaging, it's doled down where it's been sun bleached, but she is really cool, and I'm going to bring her in closer so you can get a look. It's basically Anne Weying being having the symbiote sort of go over her body, and it's at that stage where it's almost overtook but not quite, which is pretty creepy. A rather crude looking face there, but she did have short hair in the comic, short blonde hair if I remember rightly, but pretty cool overall. And she comes with this here sort of little mini spider, which is pretty cool. So that is the Anne Weying one, the first one in the series. Really cool. I do have a loose of this, which I'll show you in a moment. On the back we can see this really cool artwork, which is really good. A description of how that spider clips on the back, and then we get this. And normally I would pause the screen and say to you, you know, you're free to read that if you want, but in this case it's all in French. So what I've done is I've translated it, and it goes on to say the following: when Eddie Brock's ex-wife asked him for help, she did not expect to receive this kind of support. Venom offered her part of his symbiote, which transformed her into a terrible creature greedy for destruction. Possessing all the powers of Venom, she has become a formidable murderer. And the front of the package down here, it says and her murderous spider, which is this creepy spider here. Yep, it's pretty crude in places. Articulation, I'd say that face is pretty crude, but it's pretty cool at the same time. So I'm sort of got mixed feelings on it. And it is of the time, which these were released in 1997. But I don't know, I just really like it. It's got this super sort of long fingers there, almost like claws. Just really detailed. You can see the symbiote taking over. Just really cool. Price wise for this one, I will give you a price sort of guide. This one I paid around £25 for, and I'd say that's about the going price. But they are really rare and really hard to come by, and some sellers ask for an awful lot more money than that. The spider that attaches to her, get that up nice and close, got 3 like eyes there, beady eyes, and it's got this cool sort of fur there on the back, and it's got a button here that if you pull, that sort of attracts, and it's got a clip there because that clips on the back of her head, and it makes it look like she's almost got like this long black hair, I'd imagine, so it clips onto the back of the figure. So it's a cool accessory that comes with this first figure that I'm showing you today. Next up we've got Phage. Now you'd probably think of Phage as like the yellow or the orange sort of coloured Phage, but this one is basically before he's took a host. He was of course part of the Life Foundation. His first host, if I remember rightly, was Carl March, or Match, I can't remember his surname. And basically he was first issued in Lethal Protector issue 4. This one is really cool. I'll bring it in closer for you guys to have a look. Look at that in the box, and he comes, which is what I want to focus on more, is like this moth styled bug, which is really cool, which sadly I don't have loose, but I do have a loose of Phage. I'll show you that in a minute. Here's the back of the box. So this is Symbiote Phage before he's taken a host. Again, we can see this being clipped on. It says on the back of here, translated, Phage Eat came from the depths of the cosmos on Earth for the sole purpose of exterminating Venom. He decided to do everything possible to achieve his goal. So that's what that translates to on the back, which isn't quite how I remember Phage being conceived or his origins, but still. And I do have a loose version of the figure, which is absolutely awesome. I'll pop it down here and let's take a look at this one. Look how cool this is. It is absolutely gruesome. It's got like bone style clawed hands, these sort of tendrils coming down, this fur, truly hideous form of Phage before he basically takes a host, which I think is really cool. Articulation is not the best, it's not going to be, but you know, how charming, how cool is this? This one again I would say was go for around £25 if you're looking to buy it. I did find some examples of it selling loose for that price. Boxed anywhere between 25 and 35 if you're in the UK. Of course, if you're in the States and you have to import these over to the States, it's going to cost an awful lot more. But yeah, there is Phage. Lots of detail. I like what they did with the paintwork to it, the shading. It's just really awesome, cool. Love the fur, just absolutely hideous, and a great toy from its time. Let's say on the front of the box down here that he comes with his soldier spider. So that is supposed to be a kind of spider, but it looks like a spider moth style type thing. Just absolutely hideous. Sadly, like I said, don't have one of them loose. But what do you think of Phage? Let me know in the comments. Next up, we've got Spider Carnage. Just something I haven't said, but look how vibrant this is. That packaging is absolutely amazing. Not great if you're an aquaphobe, but look at the Carnage sort of style spider that it comes with. His attack spider is, as it says down the bottom here, and this one here is in black and red. Hopefully you guys can see that. Really cool looking. It's Peter Parker or Spider-Man as Carnage. Now I remember him being in the animated series, but it was more a clone of Spider-Man that had merged with Carnage. I don't know if you guys remember that. I'll put a picture up here, see if that recalls any of your memories. It shows on the back this spider being able to attach to the body of the figure, which is really cool. Some really nice artwork. And on the back, I'm going to have to translate what that says there. So I'll spin it around so you guys can take a look at the figure, and I'll show this off a bit as I read. The symbiote, which is bonded with terrible Cletus Cassidy to recreate Carnage, regains its freedom and decides to stand apart and destroy Spider-Man. Destiny has decided otherwise, and he links himself again to another body, that of Spider-Man himself, to create Spider Carnage. And then it goes on to say he has the same powers as Spider-Man himself, lives upon his name, the power and skill of Spider-Man and Carnage combined. Can Spider-Man get rid of the symbiote before it's too late? So that's pretty cool. And he also has like a fur attached to the Spider Carnage. They're just really unique and different. And I think Lanzay did a great job. I'm guessing these would have been distributed in France and possibly wider parts of Europe. I do not believe they were ever distributed in the US. I may be wrong. I've never seen them come up when I'm searching in the US. And also the UK, I don't remember ever seeing them in the UK unless of course people imported them, and they're always in French with all the writing and everything. So yeah, these are pretty unique and pretty rare at the same time. But not least, I have got Venom, and it is basically without the host of Eddie Brock, so it's a version of Venom, their take on it, as if he didn't have any host at the moment. I'll bring it in close, and it is absolutely awesome. A really nice figure, and it comes with this awesome and really large sort of spider that attaches on. Really large, absolutely fantastic. Again, I'm going to say maybe £25 to £35 to find one new. I have seen them go for that price without packaging. However, things are strange at the moment, as you probably all know if you're collecting vintage toys. Prices have dropped on pretty much everything because of the cost of living. Hence why I'm doing less videos and working a lot more than I would normally. But that's just the situation. It's all I can do to sort of ease it a little bit. So there's a really good artwork there, and again showing you that spider attached on the back. It says on the back, Eddie Brock no longer controls the incredible ferocity of his symbiote, which takes advantage of it to separate from Venom. The creature left itself known neither good nor evil, is guided by her instinct. It says her. I don't think the actual symbiote has her or his until it attaches to either male or female. Impossible to predict its intentions. So again, I had to translate it, and that's what it came up with. Now I have this one loose, and I also have the variant loose. So let's take a look at this one loose. A really cool looking figure. There he is. I sadly don't have, just bring that down a bit. I sadly don't have the add-on spider loose, which is a shame. But I'll bring this up nice and close. Look at that. Absolutely awesome. All those sort of bone teeth, bone hands. Really cool. Got the Venom logo on the chest there. He's got this really cool tail, almost like an alien style action figure from the Alien toy line. Similar in some respects to the kind of aliens, if you remember. And he's in this sort of crouched position here. I'll try and bring the camera in, but if I adjust his legs, he gets a whole lot bigger, like insanely big. If I stand him upright like so, if I can get him to stand upright, he is really quite large in size. See what I mean? So pretty cool. But I also have a variant form of him, so I'll get that and show you it side by side. Is the variant version of him, which is almost done like a Carnage colours with the reds and the yellows and stuff. Really cool. Same figure, even rarer than this one. I've never even seen one of these in the box. I've seen them loose, like I have here, this example, but I've never seen him actually out of the box, in the box. So pretty rare to come across. But he's exact same figure, just done in different colours. Articulation's not great on these. You can swivel the wrists, and you've got these, you're able to sort of crouch them down with these joints. There's several joints in that leg, and you can tilt the heads and stuff like that. They are really gruesome, really cool, and very, very unusual. So yeah, a pretty cool toy line that Toybiz licensed out to Lanzay in order for them to be able to make these cool Symbiote action figures. I hope you'll agree. So let's take a look at these one last time in box. If you've enjoyed this today, guys, please hit a like, please subscribe, and please turn on notifications. I can't do as many videos as I normally would. It's just too much going on at the moment, but I will try to get at least one done a month of some sort of Toybiz or some other cool action figure line. I'm just noticing on this one now, which I probably didn't mention, not only is the colour bleached, but all the way around that box it has been opened and then re-glued back down. This one here, something I like to point out to you guys so you know what to look for when you're looking for your vintage figures. If you're an inbox collector like myself, I mean, I'm just happy to have her because she is extremely rare, but definitely I'll be on the lookout at a later date for a better version of that one. Until next time, guys, thanks for watching and good luck searching for that toy gold.